Namaste and welcome to your cozy evening yoga class. My name is Jillian and I will be guiding you through this gentle sequence that will help you to release tension from the body and mind, allowing you to relax for the rest of your evening and hopefully get a good night's sleep. We'll begin on our mats in a comfortable seated position. You can just close your eyes and just take a few deep breaths. Knowing that at any point through this video, if you'd like to stay in a pose for a little while longer, feel free to pause the video and resume when you're ready. Now just observing and acknowledging how you feel tonight. Noticing any tension in the body, any stress in the mind. Just observe and see if you can settle in, quiet the mind, and find your peace. We'll take a couple of cleansing breaths here. Fill all the way up, in through the nose, and open the mouth, sigh it out. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, fill all the way up. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Once more here, filling all the way up. And let it go. Let your breath return to its natural state. We'll take a breath together here. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. The palms can come to touch. I'm feeling a nice stretch here. Running length through the sides, up through the shoulders. Really reach the fingers high. And gently twisting over towards the right. Place the right hand behind your hips and the left hand to your right thigh. Growing tall through the spine, deep breath in. And a breath out, reach the right hand overhead and start to lean over towards the left. Feeling a side body stretch. And inhale, twist over towards the left. Right hand to the left thigh and the left hand behind the hips. Full breath. And with your breath out, reach your left hand up and over, rooting down through the left hip bone. Now keeping your right hand as it is, cross your left hand over towards the right knee, bringing chin to your chest. Breathe across the back of the body. And gently release. Take a breath in and sigh it out. Now place one of your heels in close towards your hips and then align the other ankle in front of that and gently start to hinge forward. Maybe you bring your forearms onto a block, or you can rest your forehead down at any of the levels of your block, or just letting yourself hang forward. And gently relaxing through the spine, releasing any tension from the spinal column, the upper back, and the shoulders. Now pressing yourself up, we'll switch the pattern of the feet, bringing the opposite foot in towards the hips and then tucking that in with the other. Leaning forward once again, and you'll just feel a little bit of a difference through the hips here. Pressing yourself all the way back up. Set your block off to the side if you used it here. And we'll make our way into a tabletop position, stacking shoulders on top of your wrists and your hips on top of your knees. Neutral spine, gently hugging the belly button in. Just find whatever movement here feels good. You can sway the hips from side to side. You can arch the back or round through the spine. Maybe even circling the hips here, forward and back on the wrists. And switching directions. And then gently coming down onto the forearms, let your head fall between your shoulders and your biceps. You can cross your arms, grabbing onto opposite elbows if that feels more supportive for you. Feel the spine lengthen and release any tension. Making our way into Sphinx pose, settle the hips down onto the mat. And then lifting across the heart, lift out of the shoulders, out of the forearms. Maybe lifting the gaze or keeping the back of the neck long. You can stay with your legs extended, or for a gentle release into the spine, you can open the knees as wide as the mat and lift your feet in towards your glutes and just sway them from side to side, maybe circle out the ankles. And gently lower yourself down onto the mat. Press down with your palms lifting up to tabletop. Tuck your toes here and sit your hips down towards your heels, resting your head down to the mat. We'll move through a chaturanga here. Shift forward into a plank. Hug your elbows to your sides and lower belly and hips down to the mat at the same time. Breathe in, lift into a gentle baby cobra, lifting the heart. And then lower yourself down. Kick your feet in towards your glutes and reach your hands back for the outsides of the feet. Finding a gentle quad stretch here. You can wiggle the feet around. You can press the hips down to the mat and then release. Just testing out the different angles, the different stretches in through the tops of the legs. And whenever you're ready, you can release out of this pose, press up into your tabletop, and then coming into a wide-legged child's pose, bringing the big toes to touch, open the knees wide, and then weave your right arm underneath the chest over towards the left side of the mat, settling onto the right shoulder. When you're ready, you can start to lift yourself back up and take it to the other side, bringing the left hand over towards the right and taking a few breaths. Moving ever so slowly, start to lift yourself back up and make your way into a tabletop pose. Bring your right toes to the bottom of the mat and shuffle your left knee in towards your left wrist. Gently open up towards the side, reaching your right hand up to the sky. Maybe reaching your fingers overhead, feeling a deep side body stretch. Lowering the hips all the way back down with the left foot to the inside of the right thigh, twisting over to face the right leg as you hinge forward. Round through the spine, the head, and the shoulders. Now coming to the other side, facing the back of your mat, bring your right knee in towards the right wrist. Send your left toes to the bottom of the mat as you reach the left arm up and maybe overhead, feeling that little bit of a stretch, that freedom, that release. When you're ready, you can close it back down, facing the left leg this time and hinging forward. Rolling yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll make our way into butterfly pose, bringing the soles of the feet to touch and maybe opening the feet up so you can see the soles of the feet. You can gently massage the bottoms of the feet here and make your way to your ankles, your shins, your knees, just giving gentle little squeezes up your body, coming up to the hips. And then make your way up your arms, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulder, and then your neck. Switching sides, wrist, forearm, making your way up. Now you can stay lifted here, or you can gently fold forward, either coming onto a block, the forearms or elbows, maybe propping up your head with your fists or the block, whatever feels best here. Let yourself relax and breathe. And whenever you're ready, you can start to make your way back up and making sure that your block is handy. You can make your way down onto your back body, stepping your feet down to the mat and relaxing head and shoulders down. Bring your knees into the chest, giving yourself a gentle hug here, maybe swaying from side to side. And then settle the feet back down. Cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Wrap your hands around the left hamstring, reaching the left heel to the sky, maybe pointing and flexing the foot. And you can settle into your reclined pigeon, letting the shin fall back down, gently hugging your left knee into the chest. And switch sides, left ankle across the right thigh, right heel to the sky. Point and flex the foot. And then bending the knee once again, hugging right knee to the chest. And release, unbind the legs, press the feet into the mat and lift the hips so you can slide the block down underneath your tailbone or the low back. Make sure that you feel comfortable here. Now you can stay with your feet down, or you can lift the knees and then reach the feet up to the sky. This creates a beautiful weightlessness into the lower body. It's a really good way to reduce any inflammation in the feet. You can find whatever movement here feels good. Scissoring the legs forward and back, maybe reaching for the toes for a hamstring stretch. And just see if you can find stillness. Stay here for as long as you'd like. Whenever you're ready, you can set the feet back down, come up onto the forearms and shift the block towards the center of your spine. Be careful as you lower back down and listen to your body, granting it what it needs for your fish pose. Legs can come into butterfly, they could be extended straight, or they could be planted to the ground. Arms can be by your sides or reaching overhead. Relax into this deep opening across the chest and down the spine. Again, feel free to stay here, pause the video for as long as you need. And when you're ready, you can make your way over onto the right side body and press yourself up so that we can end our practice together. Coming up into a seat, you can take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. A couple more cleansing breaths here. Breathe in through the nose and sigh it out. Once more, inhale and let it go. Reach the arms up overhead. Breath in. Breath out. Bring your hands down to heart center, thumbs to your chest. The light in me sees, acknowledges, and honors the light in you, and knows that they are the same. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for your evening yoga practice. I hope that you enjoyed your practice and that you have a lovely rest of your night.